It can be hard to truly love and appreciate the body you're in while living in an era where the beauty standards are based on quite literally unrealistic expectations. In this video, I'll be sharing some tips with you that personally helped me develop a healthier view and relationship with my body so that you can begin to do the same thing. And no, this won't be the 749th video you've seen telling you to just love your body without giving you any actionable steps you can take to really make that happen. By the time you finish watching this entire video, you'll have a completely different perspective on your insecurities and your body and know exactly what you need to do to develop a more healthy and positive body image. So let's just get right into it, loves. This is part 4 of my plant-based gain series. I felt it was very important to address this aspect of it because this is something most people don't talk about. As I mentioned in a previous video, which I will link somewhere up here, once I stopped eating one specific food, I lost over 25 pounds. And with that 25 pounds went my butt, my shape, my figure, and a lot of my confidence in myself. I don't want to rant, but to keep a long story short, I was insecure for a great majority of my life. I just felt like there was something wrong with me for many different reasons. Everybody had clear skin. I had crazy acne. Everybody had straight teeth. I had to get braces. All the girls were wearing their hair pressed out. My hair wouldn't get straight for shit. Like, I felt insecure for a great majority of my life. And the only thing that I could say I felt that I had, because I consistently received praise on it, not even from a sexual perspective, but it was my body. I always received compliments on my body, my shape. And again, this isn't like purely from males or a sexual thing. It wasn't like no grown creep, nothing like that. It's just, even if it's family, like, oh, you know, my granny used to say that all the time, like, yeah, my granddaughter fine, look at her, she got a nice shape, blah, blah, blah. Like, it would be stuff like that. I had subconsciously began to feel like my body was all that I had because I wasn't confident in anything else that I had. Like, I genuinely felt like there was something wrong with me. So my body had become like my thing that I had. So once I had lost all that weight, it went away. And at that point, I felt like, what do I have left? And I recognize that that's not a healthy perspective to have, especially considering the fact that I don't plan on changing my lifestyle habits again. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is where I was led to. This is what's been helping me heal physically, spiritually, mentally, ancestrally. So something had to, change as far as my perspective of myself. So I created a game plan for myself to develop a healthier body image and a relationship with my physical body, and it actually worked. So today I'm just sharing with y'all everything that I did that truly helped me, in case it can truly help you. All right, so like I said in the beginning, this not just gonna be no, oh girl, love yourself. Like, no, we taking action over here. The very first thing I want everybody to do is go get you a notebook, go get you a piece of paper, go get you a pencil, go get you a pen. I would prefer it to be a physical writing utensil versus like putting notes on your phone or on your laptop. We want you to involve both hemispheres of your brain so you can really, truly grasp what we're about to do. So everything we're about to do in this first chapter of our action plan is to help you truly observe your thoughts. We want to become the observer. I would recommend everybody to go read the book, The Power of Now. It's an amazing book to help you realize that you are not your thoughts. That might sound crazy, but your consciousness, your being, and your mind, your stream of thoughts are not the same. They occupy the same space, but they are not the same. You are not your thoughts. And it might not be as easy for someone who's not aware of that to step out of their stream of thoughts and observe them in their head. Some people could do it in their head. I could do it in my head. But in case you are not able to do that in your head, or this is a completely unfamiliar topic to you, we're going to do the same thing on paper. We're going to make it physical so that you can actually see your stream of thoughts on paper. And this will really help us get to the root causes of why you feel the way that you feel and how you can begin to address that. So get a piece of paper, and the first thing I want you to do is we're going to identify the problem. So I want you to write down, what are the actual issues or problems you perceive to have with your body? Do you feel like you're too big? Do you feel like you're too small? Do you feel like your shape is the issue? Do you feel like your skin is the issue? Is it your hair? What is it? Write down exactly what you feel the issue or problem is that you have with your body. Give them a page each, like an individual page each, because we're going to be expanding on each one of these perceived issues. And if they're all listed together, it'll be hard to, put the secondary, tertiary things under them. So write them down on each individual page. Give them their own page. After you write down your perceived issues that you have with yourself, with your body, the next thing I want you to write down under each one of those issues is, why do you see it as an issue? Is it based on a past experience? Is it based on something somebody said to you or something somebody said about you? Is it based on something somebody didn't say about you? Is it based on present trends? So for both of those prompts, I will use myself as an example. So my issue was, did I even talk about my issue? I don't even think I did. Did I? Okay, we just gonna throw it in right here, just real quick. Once I lost all my weight, I felt like my perceived issue was I was too small. That was my perceived issue. And the reason why I perceived this issue to be an issue was because of a past experience. I was comparing myself to the old me who had the fat booty. I didn't have a fat booty anymore. So because I used to and I no longer did, I felt like I was too small. So the perceived issue was I'm too small. The reason I saw that as an issue was because I didn't used to be the size that I currently was. So after you write down your perceived issues that you have with your body, after you identify why you see those things as issues, the very next thing I want you to write down is, what do you think your body should look like? What is it that you think you should look like, and why? And you can do this for each one of the insecurities that you wrote down if you have more than one. So again, using myself as an example, I felt like I should have a bigger butt, more curves, because I used to have that. The only reason I felt like I was supposed to have it currently was because that's what I used to have in the past. So the first portion of this exercise, as stated before, is to put you into the observer position, to take you out of your stream of thoughts so that you can observe them from a third person point of view and really truly dissect the cause of them and where they may be coming from. Because a lot of the times these insecurities we have and the way we beat ourselves up is unconscious. It's just happening without us really thinking about what we're actually thinking about. When you take the time to monitor your thoughts instead of moving like you're a part of them, you can start to see things differently. You get a bigger picture, and that can again really help you to dissolve those unhealthy thoughts and thought patterns, because now you're aware of the source of them. Now you're aware of them, period. And you're no longer attaching yourself to these stream of thoughts as though they're real. Thoughts are just thoughts. They're not reality. They're not real. And it's not the current moment. If you're able to think, you're not being present. And that's something that they talk about in that book. But yeah, we're just ultimately trying to make ourselves the observer of our own thoughts and truly dissect why we have the thoughts that we do, what we're thinking about, why we're thinking about it. So boom, we've identified the perceived issues we have with ourselves. We've identified why we see these things as issues, and we've written down what we think we should look like and why we think we should look like that. I want you to, if you haven't already done it, pause the video and read everything that you wrote. Take a minute or two, just pause the video and reread everything that you wrote as far as us identifying our problems. Hey girl, so at this point, you should be able to realize that 98%, if not 100, of the problems that you have are because you're comparing yourself to other people, right? Am I right or am I right? I'm right? Okay, even if that's a past version of you, like with my example, if it's a future version of you that you created in your head, because ultimately it doesn't exist. The only moment that exists is right now, or you're comparing yourself to another person outside of yourself, period. So the next thing we're going to identify on each of the insecurities that you've written down is, who is it that you're comparing yourself to and why? Who is it? Who are you comparing yourself to and why are you doing that? What is it that they have or that you think that they have that you are supposed to have or that you don't have? So again, using myself as an example, I was comparing myself, my current self, to my past self, because my past self had a fat booty and she received a whole bunch of external validation for her body. Again, it wasn't always a sexual thing. Most times it wasn't sexual, period, especially in my younger years, but I received a lot of external validation regarding my body. And I wasn't validating myself because every other aspect of me, I felt like there was something wrong with me. So my body was able to attract, I guess, for lack of a better word, external validation that made me feel good about myself, because I didn't know how to make myself feel good about myself in any other way or with any other thing that I possess. Once you write that down, you'll be able to realize what it is that you actually need. What are you craving? So for me, it was validation. I didn't even know that. It was external validation. So what is it for you? Is it validation? Is it attention? Craving attention from other people is very normal, especially when it comes to attracting the sex that you are sexually attracted to. That's a very normal thing. That was one of the reasons why I felt the way that I felt, because to just keep it a being. Like, I'm like, dang, I ain't got no booty. Ain't nobody gonna want me. That's how I felt, like, to just be completely honest. That's a natural thing to, people be trying to make it seem like, oh, you're a pick-me if you want to be attractive to the opposite sex or the same sex, if that's how you get down. That doesn't make you a pick-me. That doesn't make you any less of a person. That doesn't make you any less of a woman. That doesn't make you any less of a man. That makes you a person. That makes you a human. That's very normal. That's very natural. So is it attention? Is it approval? Is it validation? Is it love? And then once you identify what it is that you're craving, I want you to write down some ways that you can give that to yourself. If it's attention, how can you give attention to yourself? How can you give more attention to yourself? Is it, if you have a partner, do you feel like they aren't giving you attention? How can you communicate that I need more attention? How can you put yourself in a position to where you feel seen without making yourself a show or a spectacle, if that makes sense? What makes you feel seen? That would be a better question. What makes you feel seen? Once you write down what makes you feel seen, what are some actions that you can do to actually help you feel seen more often? So if you feel seen when you talk about your day and you had a stressful day and you talk to somebody and they acknowledge, like, yeah, I understand why you feel that way. I would feel that way too. Then that means, okay, I need to make sure that I'm talking about my feelings and expressing myself more so that I feel seen by other people. That's just one example. But once we've written down our comparisons, if these are people outside of yourself, we're doing a cleanup shop. You need to remove these distractions from your life. That's ultimately what they are, is distractions. You are comparing yourself to what somebody else has or what you think they have, and that same energy you're spending comparing could be being put towards you actually creating that thing that you want for yourself. If you comparing yourself to some girl on Instagram who has a 6-figure business, you wasting energy that you could be putting towards building your own business to where it gets to 6 figures. So what you need to do is unfollow that girl. You need to mute that girl. And that's if it's somebody, it could be a friend, it could be a family member. It don't gotta necessarily be somebody you don't know. And I understand that could come off as weird if you just randomly unfollow people. In one breath, it's like, who cares? Do what you need to do to protect your peace. But at the same time, I do understand, like, that could make it look weird. So if you need to mute. But ultimately, remove all of these distractions, because all it's doing is taking your energy and taking your focus and putting it towards things that are not helping you get to where you actually want to be. If you want to have a 6-figure business and you're consistently comparing yourself to this girl who already has a 6-figure business, you could be taking all the energy using comparing and putting it towards creating content to help you expand your business. You could be putting that towards helping you develop a new product to help you grow your business to where you have a 6-figure business. But if you putting all the energy towards comparing it to somebody else, there's no energy being put into actually creating that thing for yourself. So just remove all the distractions, unfollow, unmute, cut off, distance, whatever it is that you need to do. Remove that, clean up shop, and we need to redirect all of that energy towards building what we want for ourselves and working on ourselves. Okay, so boom, we've got the problem identified. We've stepped outside of our thought stream, and now we're looking at it as an observer. We've dissected where these thoughts are coming from, why we have them, who may be triggering these thoughts, and we've removed those people and those distractions from our lives. What's left? Your mind. You're still dealing with your mind. You have to be able to deal with your mind. So to reprogram your mind, there's 2 things that I personally did that really helped me. So the very first thing I did was a mirror exercise where I redirected my thoughts to just one simple phrase. So I had started noticing that every single time I looked in the mirror, every single time I walked past the mirror, my eyes went straight to my butt. And I'm just like, just criticism. You're too small. It looked like my back merged into my butt. You can't even tell the difference between my back and my butt. I'm so small. You need to be bigger. You need to be bigger. You need to be bigger. That was all I heard. That's all I heard. And my eyes were immediately, every time I walked past the mirror, just darted to my butt. It didn't matter what I had on. I could be naked. My eyes would be just dark to my butt and just start criticizing me. So I got to the point where, again, interrupting the stream of thoughts and stepping outside of them to observe them instead of moving as though we are the same, I had to stop. So when you find yourself in these positions and you criticizing whatever part of your body it is that you have insecurity about, I want you to just stop and look yourself in the eye. Take a deep breath. Inhale for 4. Hold for 6, exhale for 7. If you can't remember that, just take a deep breath. Look yourself in the eye, take a deep breath. And then I want you to look back at that one part of your body that you were just criticizing and say, I love you. And then I want you to walk away from the mirror. That's it. Do this every single time you find yourself walking past the mirror, period. Even if you're not being critical, just take the time to look at that area and say, I love you. So this helped me because after a while, it became a subconscious habit for me to say, I love you when I looked at myself, when I looked at my butt, when I looked at my body in the mirror. So before I even had a chance to start criticizing myself, the very first thing I heard was, I love you. That just brought the energy completely up from the low, critical. It brought it completely up to a whole different place. And now my energy is in a different place. I don't even want to criticize myself anymore because it's like, damn, I do love me. So if you say that enough times, it'll become a subconscious habit to where every time you look in the mirror, that's what your brain, you're creating a connection between action. Just like how when you're young and you see this when you're a baby, if you see this enough times and say somebody else says spoon, eventually it'll be click. It'll create a pattern or I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but it'll create a direct link to, okay, every time I see this, I know that's a spoon. You're doing the same thing with your brain. So every single time you look at whatever area it is that you criticize, it's going to become automatic. I love you. Instead of, oh, I'm too this, I'm too that, I need to be this, I need to be that. That helped me so much. And again, it got to the point where I didn't even have to think about it. Every time I look in the mirror, even if I wasn't criticizing myself, if I was just about to leave and I'm like, okay, let me just do one last little fit check. As soon as I looked at myself, all I heard was, I love you. And that's helping you to stop criticizing yourself, removing that critical eye, removing yourself from that critical stream of thoughts and observing them, because you are not your thoughts. You occupy the same space, but you are not the same as your thoughts. And then the very second thing that you need to do is affirmations, but it's not the affirmations that people are just gonna, oh, I am this, I am that. You could say I am this and I am that all you want, but if you don't feel like you are that thing and you don't move like you are that thing, nothing you say matters. I'll make another video about this in depth. It's been on my spirit lately to talk about it, but to just keep it short, keep it cute, keep it sweet for this video, you can use your I am affirmations. So whatever it is for you, I'm beautiful, I am enough, whatever it is, yes, I am. Say it every single time you can, but I am is in the root chakra, and that's the lowest form of existence. You have to bring it up. In order to manifest, you have to be in the heart space, which is the heart, the 4th chakra. So you can't jump from 1 to 4 without hitting 2 and 3. And that's the issue that most people don't address when it comes to affirmations, and why people be saying all these affirmations and wondering why nothing's changed is because you're trying to jump from 1 to 4 as if 2 and 3 don't exist. Yes, I am is important. I am programs your mental body. The mental body is the origin of all things. So again, that is important, but you also have to program your emotional body and your physical body, because once your mind, body, and your spirit are on the same page, you can manifest into the physical world. So yes, you can say I am beautiful all you want, but you also have to say, I feel beautiful. I feel beautiful. Come up. I feel beautiful. And then the third one, solar plexus, the affirmation for that is I do. I like to say I move. I move like I'm beautiful. And when it comes to your emotional body, how do you program your emotions? How do you experience emotions? By feeling. So if your affirmation is I am beautiful, okay, boom, I am beautiful. When it comes to bringing it up to your sacral, I feel beautiful. What you need to do is Write down a list of things that genuinely make you feel beautiful. And those are all going to be pertaining to your senses, because the senses is how you feel, and feelings are connected to emotions. They are not the same thing, but feelings are connected to emotions. So whatever makes you feel beautiful, you need to do that. What's something that smell that's pertaining to your senses that makes you feel beautiful? If you wear this specific cologne or perfume and that makes you feel beautiful, then you need to regularly be wearing that perfume. And then as you put it on, smell yourself. Oh, I feel so beautiful. Now you're creating a feeling of beauty within yourself. Instead of just saying I am beautiful, you saying I feel beautiful. And not only are you saying you feel beautiful, you really truly creating a feeling of beauty by putting that perfume on that smells good to you and makes you feel beautiful when you wear it. When you put your clothes on, if you dress up, you beat your face, or you got this cute outfit on, you look beautiful to yourself. You put that on and you see it. Oh, and you say it again, I feel beautiful. And then you looking at yourself, you see the beauty. You're truly creating that feeling by stimulating each of your senses. So do that for whatever your specific affirmation is. You say, I am this, I am beautiful, I feel beautiful. And then you pertain to all of your senses in a way that makes you feel beautiful. And then after that, solar plexus, I move like I'm beautiful. What's your body language looking like? Do you walk into a room with your shoulders hunched over and your head down? Do you walk with your head down? Do you make eye contact when you talk to people? That's not how a beautiful person moves. So you need to, again, step outside of your stream of thoughts and just observe yourself as a being. Move like you're beautiful. Move like you know you look good. Walk with your shoulders back. Keep your chin up. Make eye contact when you talk to people. Move like you're beautiful. And at that point, you in love. Oh my gosh, I love being beautiful. And you are. That's how you bring that up and reprogram your mind using affirmations. You can't just leave it in the root chakra. That I am is not going to do that much for you. Yes, it is important because everything starts in the mind, but you have to bring it from your mental body to your emotional body and then to your physical body in order for it to truly become your reality. So the very next chapter or thing you're going to do is create, and technically this whole thing, well, the initial thing was an action plan, but this action plan is, what do you want to be? So we talked about what you feel like you should look like and why you feel like you should look like that. But now we're going to talk about what we actually want to be. So you're going to write down, what is the ideal body for you? For me, I wanted a bigger butt. It didn't have to necessarily be what I used to be. I knew that was unrealistic because I look like the way I used to because of how I used to eat, and I don't eat the same anymore. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Set realistic expectations for yourself. It would be unrealistic of me as a person who does not consume super fatty foods like meat to be expecting a BBL booty off of plant-based, gains and workout stuff like that. But write down what it is that you want for yourself. My example was, I wanted my butt to be bigger. I wanted it to, be more of a distinction between my thigh or my back and my butt. I wanted more of a curve. I wanted my thighs to be a little bit bigger. So I'm like, okay, that's what I want for myself. Write down what you want for yourself, and then write down what can you do to get there. So for me, I started working out. I started weight training because I know weight training is going to build a figure. It's going to put muscle, it's going to put weight on my body to help build that shape that I wanted for myself. Also, that came with that, I had to start looking at my food, increasing my protein intake so that I was able to build muscle and to keep that muscle on my body that I just built. So what is it that you need to do? If you feel like you're too big, what do you want to look like? That's realistic for you, your life circumstances, your lifestyle. What's realistic for you, but what do you want to look like? What do you need to do? Do you need to start doing cardio? Do you need to start going to the gym? Like, what do you need to do? Do you need to start changing your food, your eating habits? Do you need to change your circle? Do you need to find new habits? What is it that you need to do in order to get to what you want to be? If you have issues with your skin, do you need to try different products? Do you need to start looking at your food and how your food contributes to your acne? Because food does contribute to acne, guys. I used to have super bad acne. I mentioned that in the beginning of the video. Next month, I'm dropping a brand new product specifically for people suffering from dark spots, hyperpigmentation, dark armpits, dark inner thighs. I've been working on this product for over a year, and I got amazing results both on myself and friends and family members that I've tested this product on. So if you are concerned or insecure about hyperpigmented skin, whether it's thighs, armpits, dark spots on your face, on your back, even if it's acne on your cheeks, forehead, mouth, jawline, all of that. I will leave the link to my holistic wellness brand in the description box, and make sure you subscribe because I will be sharing some gems and tips and different ingredients and skincare routines and everything that you can use to help you out and help you feel more confident in yourself. But ultimately, identify what it is that you want, where you want to be, what you want to look like, and what steps can you actually take to get there. We did all this identification, but none of that matters if you don't take action. You can say all the affirmations in the world, but like I was just saying, if you don't take no action and bring it up to your physical body, nothing is going to change. So you need to actually figure out, what do I want to look like and how can I get there? And then once you identify that, you have to actually do it. Second to last thing I want to share with y'all that changed my mind, being a newly petite woman, is learning how to dress for your body type. If your issue is with your actual physical body as opposed to like your hair, your skin or something like that, one thing I realized, you might not even have as big of an issue as you think you do. You just don't know how to dress for your body type. One of the reasons I felt like I was so small was because I was used to wearing clothes that were slimming. Why? I don't know. I never really, had like the fashion aspect included in my upbringing, as far as like, oh, wear this type of clothes if you have this shape. I didn't know to do that. I kind of just, the trends, girls typically just wear whatever fits their body and makes their body look nice. And those are slim fitting things. But because I had slimmed down so much, putting on slim fitting clothes and you slim makes you look even smaller. So that was one of the reasons why I felt so insecure about my shape and why I felt like I was so small, was because I was wearing the wrong type of clothes. And I noticed it because it was like, when I would take my clothes off, I'd be like, I'm not even as small as I think I am. Like, I got a little something back there, But once I learned about dressing for your body type, it was like my life changed for real. And I would put a page. His name is like Say Nico or something like that. He's the first person that introduced me to this topic. Shout out to him. Go follow him. He got like a body type blueprint. He does like consultations. He comes with people and, clean out their closet for them. And they, like he do all of it. Notice it's not sponsored. That he don't even know me, but his stuff has really helped me in identifying my body type and how to dress for my body type. So once I considered that and started dressing differently, I found out what my body type was. I started noticing I felt way more confident in my body as it was, even like during the midst of me gaining my weight back and getting myself to the point where I wanted to be. So again, if I felt like I was too small, why would I continue to wear slimming clothes? You get what I'm saying? So ultimately, you are going to figure out what your body type is. If you don't know how to do that, just go follow him and scroll through his page. He got some stuff. He does have some stuff available for purchase, but just scroll through his page, or you could just look up, how do I find my body type, or how to dress for a body type, or body types for fashion, something along those lines, so you can identify your body type. But ultimately what you're doing is evening out your top and your bottom. So let's just say you have I think it's called like an apple body type, where you tend to be bigger up top and you like a little smaller at the bottom. If you are bigger up top and smaller at the bottom, and that makes you insecure, and you go outside wearing oversized t-shirts and slim fitting leggings, that's going to make your top look bigger and your bottom look smaller. Does that make sense? So that's going to exacerbate your insecurity about being top heavy instead of diminishing it. So instead of that, you would wear a more fitting top that maybe cinches at the waist, and maybe like some wide leg pants to even out the bottom. So now your top and your bottom are essentially going into that hourglass figure, instead of you making your top look bigger and your bottom look smaller by wearing an oversized t-shirt and slim fitting leggings, because you think an oversized t-shirt is hiding your top because you're insecure about being top heavy, when it's actually making it look even bigger. I hope that makes sense. But learning to dress for your body type will make so much of a difference. Again, you might realize you don't even have as big of a problem with your body as you think you do. You just don't know how to dress for your body type. And I will plug his Instagram in the description box, so you could just go to his page and see his resources and all of that. If you want to book some. Again, he don't know me. This not sponsored or nothing like that. But just pointing out a resource that really helped me along my journey. As we wrap this video up, I just want to leave y'all with one more tip. Your insecurities can end up becoming some of your greatest assets. Sulking is not going to get you anywhere. I had to learn that. Sitting up and wallowing in despair without taking any action to change your circumstances is not going to get you anywhere. I had to learn that. Your insecurities are there for a reason. This sounds crazy to most people considering especially the state of the world, but every single thing is intentionally the way that it is. Every single thing is perfect. And that, again, that might sound crazy to some people, but if it was supposed to be a different way, it would. If it was supposed to be a different way, it would. Every single thing in life and reality in the world, it serves a purpose. It's all there for a reason. Your insecurities can end up becoming some of your greatest assets. I will use myself as an example. I ended up becoming plant-based because I was insecure about gaining weight, which is crazy because after it happened, then I was insecure about being too small. But all in all, I ended up plant-based because I was insecure about gaining weight, and my body did the thing that it did. And I ended up healing myself spiritually, healing myself physically through my food, my diet change, healing my bloodline. Diabetes, heart disease, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all of that runs in my family. Because I was insecure and decided to eat differently because I was insecure, I ended up stopping that cycle in my bloodline. It's like you don't even look at it like that, but that's exactly what happened. I was supposed to be insecure about that because that was supposed to encourage me to take the move to stop eating red meat, which ended up causing a chain reaction that ended up making me plant-based. Because my bloodline needed somebody to stop the cycle so that we could stop getting sick generation after generation after generation. If I wasn't insecure about my weight, that would have never happened. Everything is perfect. It's exactly the way it's supposed to be. I had acne. I had really bad acne, and I was insecure about my acne. That's what led me to start doing DIY skincare stuff, which ultimately landed in me developing like real products that I ended up making a business out of, making a living out of. If I wasn't insecure, I would have never even thought to start making my own skincare products. Everything is perfect. Everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And your insecurities can end up becoming some of your greatest assets. My insecurity about gaining weight ended up literally breaking a generational curse in my bloodline of high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, obesity, because I was insecure. That stopped. Me having acne ended up resulting in a business that helped me, not only me heal myself and develop more confidence in myself, and help me learn how to be self-sufficient and create things from nature. But now I'm teaching other people how to do that. I'm teaching other people how to be self-sufficient. I'm teaching other people how to grow food. I'm teaching other people how to use herbs to heal themselves. None of this would have happened if I didn't have acne that I was insecure about that caused me to start looking into how I can make my own products. You get what I'm saying? Like, everything is perfect. And that's what I want to tell you. And I tell myself that all the time. I'm perfect. I am literally perfect because I'm exactly the way I'm supposed to be. If I was supposed to be a different way, I would have been. But I'm not. I'm exactly what I'm supposed to be. And so are you. You are perfect because you are exactly the way you're supposed to be. If you were supposed to have a smaller nose, you would have came down here with a smaller nose. If you were supposed to have straight hair, you would have came down here with straight hair. But you didn't. You are exactly the way you're supposed to be. Everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. You just need to work on alchemizing your insecurities and transmuting them into higher places and creating from them, because they can literally change your life. Like, I literally would have never pictured myself being in this position to where I'm self-employed and I'm a herbalist and a farmer and an entrepreneur, and I'm making skincare products from carrots and ginger, and I'm growing stuff out the ground and taking that stuff and making stuff people use on their skin, making herbal teas people can use as medicine. I never would have saw myself being here. And all of this, I landed here because of my insecurities. They ended up being some of my greatest assets. And I just want to leave that with y'all. Like, don't look at it like, oh, why me? Why this? Why that? What can you learn from that? First of all, just get yourself on the journey to where you doing what you want to do, what you need to do to get where you want to be. And then once you there, the journey is where it all happens. What was it meant to teach you? Where was it meant to bring you? But I will tell you this, if you sit around and do nothing but sit and sulk and be sad and, oh, I'm this, or I wish I could have this, and you don't put no action towards getting it, nothing's going to change. But I just want to leave y'all with that. And that officially sums up my plant-based gain series. I will be making this a separate playlist for those who are interested in it. And even if you're not, plant-based or whatever it is, I just hope this video helps somebody, because I understand how it feels to, feel like a stranger in your body and to just feel like, there's something wrong with you, or to just feel like you're not enough. I understand what that feels like. And I've been able to pull myself out of that place. And I just feel like knowing where I was, if I can do it, anybody can. But it takes identification, it takes will, and it takes action. If you don't take no action behind nothing, none of your feelings, if you don't put no work in to do nothing to try to change it, nothing's going to change. And you're going to be sitting and soaking in despair for the rest of your life. I know you don't want to do that. So I just hope this helps somebody. And if it did help you, make sure you like this video. Let me know what the most helpful part was in the comments. And next week, I'm going to be getting into how you can improve the complexion of your skin and different ingredients you can use to do that, different products, all of that stuff. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see y'all.